Hello, welcome to this DCS F14B tutorial. In this video, I will cover taxi takeoff and landing. At this point, I have completely finished my startup, ready to taxi, parking brakes off, nose wheel steering is engaged. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to the runway. And as I do, I'm going to make sure my wings are completely extended, verify I've already set my anti-skid spoiler to the up position, and I will move my flaps to the down position. I can see our flaps indicator here, showing the flaps are now down. For takeoff, we're going to make sure we're in takeoff mode, which is this button here. Now for takeoff, what we're going to do is hold our brakes, engage our throttle to full mill power, not afterburner. As soon as our engines spool up or we start to overtake our brakes, we'll release, keep her straight down the runway, and when we hit about 130 knots, we're going to gently pull back on the stick until this indicator here, which shows if we're pitched up or down from the horizon, we're going to pull up until that indicator is up at this 10-degree indicator here, and we're going to hold it there until we are airborne. We're going to take off in mill power and not afterburner, so we don't risk overspeeding our flaps. If you get too fast before you put your flaps up, you will break them, and they'll be stuck in the down position, and our wings will not be able to fold in. At that point, you need to repair your plane or get a new one. All right, so I'm going to hold my brakes. 130 knots is here on the speedometer. I can just barely see that right here out of my peripheral. So when this arrow hits there, that's when I'm going to pull up. All right, throttling up. Mill power. Release. You can disengage your nose wheel steering if you need to. I will here. Very bumpy. All right, 130 knots. Going to gently rotate. A little high. Hold it 10 degrees. Gear up. Flaps up. Putting both of them up at the same time takes a little bit because they work on the same hydraulic power. When that landing gear light here goes out, that means our gear is up, and we can see our flaps have come up from below the down indicator there. So I'm good to throttle the burner, or if I want to, whatever, and fly where I need to. At this point, we can come out of takeoff mode and either go to cruise, and that will give us compass tape up here, or we can go to air, and that gives us our weapons data indicator here, this cross, and our compass is on our HUD repeater supplement here. I prefer to just cruise in air because the only difference is in cruise we have the compass up here, and I can just as easily see it down here. All right, for landing, we're going to come in, find the airfield, it's back there. And for landing, I'm not so much concerned with my speed as I am with the E bracket and the AOA indicator. Let me turn down Jester here. All right, no, I don't need to worry about him talking. So there's the airfield. I'm going to throttle back. I'm going to drop my gear and flaps. I'm going to drop my gear below 300 and my flaps below 250. Get myself into landing mode by pressing the landing mode button. And on our HUD, we see the E bracket up here, our classic flight indicator here, and a velocity vector here. So for landing, we're going to line up this indicator with the center of the E bracket and our velocity vector with the end of the runway where we want to land. When our gear is down, we will hit our countermeasure / DLC toggle button, and that will pop out spoilers that we can utilize to help us kill lift. We're approaching 300, so I'm going to put my gear down soon. You can see 300 there on the needle. The inner ring is your knots, the outer ring is your speed and Mach. All right, 300, gear down. Once the needle comes to probably about this inner knot section here, it's about 200. I'll probably put my flaps down. Put my speed brake out. You can only do that below 400. All right, speed brake in. I'll put my flaps down. At this point, I'm going to engage my DLC. We can see those spoilers just popped up on the wingtips. If I hit DLC forward, it extends them, and if I hit DLC aft, it pulls them back. That's used to control our lift. So forward, extend will kill our lift. Aft, putting them in will allow us to regain lift. So again, I'm ignoring my speed. I'm just focused on this E bracket. I'm going to try and hold it in that center position as best as I can for the landing, controlling the velocity vector from where I'm going with my throttle. When I get closer to land, I'll extend my DLC completely to kill my lift. When I do that, you'll see the E bracket drop, and it'll allow me to maintain proper angle of attack. All right, holding DLC forward, you see the E bracket is dropping. I'll pitch my nose up slightly and control the velocity vector with my throttle to make sure I hit the runway. You don't have to be exactly precise with the E bracket, but you should try to get as close to the center as possible. Throttling back. Nice and easy. Throttle back. Wheel brakes. Try and keep her steady. And you can extend your speed brake and pull your stick back to deflect the rear rudders. And you can turn on your nose wheel steering when you feel is appropriate. Nice and easy landing. Jester's never going to yell at you or complain. Once you've landed, don't forget to go back into takeoff mode. You can rearm, refuel, and you'll be all set to go back in the air. Alright, that covers basic taxi, takeoff, and landing. Thanks for watching.